I'm not perfect. I still snap. If you've been here recently, you're probably like, why would I take advice from her? I don't know. But this is my new segment, and I thought it would help other people, help me, and, the whole shebang. The whole reason I'm here. Hey, besties, and welcome back to the Why Would I Say That podcast. It's your girl, Tierra, and today I'm dressed up as Poison Ivy. Happy Halloween, happy fall, happy October. For the remainder of October, I decided I'm going to dress up. I feel like Poison Ivy. I'm very misunderstood. She stands up for what she believes in, okay? It might come off wrong, but I get her. As someone with BPD, I get painted out as crazy all the time. I'm just misunderstood. I just thought this was very fitting because I got a lot of rage and a lot of anger. If you've been here recently, I've had story time after story time after story time. It never ends. And the bad guy used to be the good guy. I always have a soft spot for the bad guy because they usually were bullied into that, or they were in a situation where they had to be that. Say if you were silenced, abused, or manipulated for a long period of time, wouldn't you snap? And you could sit there and say, I'll just walk away. I wouldn't let that happen. Until it does. Okay? And then you just snap. And then now you're a villain and you're painted out to be crazy. You did this, not me! I may be the villain in my own story, but at least I'm learning to stand up for myself instead of being a doormat and being treated like crap. I get them. I get her. Anyway, today I'm starting a new segment called What is Tierra's Take? Well, I guess today shouldn't have been that day because I'm Poison Ivy, so what's Poison Ivy's take? Anyway, I'm starting a new segment called What is Tierra's Take? Isn't that so exciting? I just wanted to connect with you guys on a deeper level, and every time I get on here and air myself out, I realize that I have no original stories. You guys really just get it, and I feel like this is a way for you to hear other people's stories so you may feel a little less alone, and you might learn more about me so you can feel less alone. I'm just trying to connect. Either way, this whole thing is to make you feel less alone and to get to know each other on a deeper level. I just want to remind you, I am just a girl. I'm not saying you should do anything. This is something that I would do. I'm not saying that you should do this. This is my take, okay? I do not try this at home, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just a girl going through it with you, and I've learned a lot over time. I'm not perfect. I still snap. If you've been here recently, you're probably like, why would I take advice from her? I don't know. But this is my new segment, and I thought it would help other people, help me, and the whole shebang, the whole reason I'm here. I may be a villain today, but I still want to help you guys. I mean, from what I know about Poison Ivy, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't watch a lot of superhero stuff. I know she's for the plants, and she's all about the principle. She might be out to hurt the humans, but it's because you were hurting the earth. Okay? So I'm here to help your feelings because people were hurting you. Did that even make sense? If you want to submit something to What's Tierra's Take, make sure to check out the link in my bio. I have a little form there. It's at the very, very top of my link tree. You can take as long as you want. You can take 1 minute, 10 minutes, and it remains 100% anonymous. So do not worry about getting your business aired out. I'm going to read the questions, read what you said to me, but I will not say any names. No one will know who you are. Because yes, I love to air all my stuff out and I show face, but I'm not going to do that to you guys, okay? I'll be the face for you. You're welcome. So yeah, stories, advice, whatever you want to share, drop it in the little form. I would love for you to appear on my podcast, your questions, your stories, your answers. Yeah, so do you want to submit a form? Go ahead and hit that link in my link tree. It's the very, very top one. And yeah, let's just get straight into this, okay? Because it was already getting a little juicy, and these are questions that I've even wondered at one point. So yeah, let's do this. Again, thank you for everyone that has submitted because I didn't even know if you guys would submit, and that was really cool. I get submissions. It's you guys want to know my take because I have no idea why. But here we go. How do you cope when you meet a new person and fear that they will become your new favorite person? And how do you deal with the fear of them abandoning you? When I meet new people now, I try to remind myself not to pedestalize them, because what you are kind of doing when you do have a favorite person is you're pedestalizing them. Their opinion matters more than anyone else's. View on you, what you're doing, anything that you do all comes back to your favorite person, and all your eggs are into one basket. All the things come back to your favorite person and you are pedestalizing them. Your life is running around them. I try to ask myself during these times if I'm doing something that honors them or myself. Because a lot of times when I do have a new favorite person, I revolve my life around them, like the time that I eat, how much I'm checking my phone, the places that I go, the things that I wear, everything. So I ask myself a lot, is the things that I'm doing honoring myself or that person? If you're going to check in with them like every minute of every day or just like an unreasonable amount, because I mean like daily, once a day, depending on the relationship with this person, that's not crazy. Like say if you're dating someone, of course you're going to text them once a day. That doesn't mean that you have an actual favorite person attachment. Like you may favor this person, but that might not be your favorite person. But if you're constantly checking in like to an unreasonable amount, stop it right now. I know it's very much easier said than done, but the more you do it, the more you're feeding into your own delusion and making it harder for you to stay away from this person, because with every text, you're anxiously waiting for a text back. And to be honest with you, it's not going to accomplish anything besides driving the other person insane and driving yourself insane. All that does is make you more anxious. It makes the other person more anxious. It does the opposite effect of what you want. Yes, checking in is nice and all that stuff, and that is reasonable. I'm not saying don't check in with them at all, but if you're doing it to an unreasonable amount, you're both giving each other anxiety, yourself and them, because now you're obsessively watching them. Every move, everything that they do, they're going to do something in your eyes that is not okay or is against what you think. Like say like you're hungry and you wanted to go get lunch with your favorite person, but you saw on their Snapchat that they got lunch. Now you're going to be mad at them and you're going to be like, what the frick? We don't need that. There are so many other people in this world. Distract yourself. And I'm not saying like go like cheat on your partner or something if you have a partner or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. Replace the behavior with something else. Tell your best friend that you cannot keep yourself from texting them. Tell them that you're going to text them every time that you want to text the other person. I'm sure if it's your bestest friend in the world, they're not going to care. They'll let you. Try to find something else with your idle hands. Try to fill that time. If your hands are idle, you're going to be more wanting to check and then revolving your life around them. We don't need that. Very much easier said than done, but again, if you can stop that habit now, the anxiety gets so much better. The time in between when you're not talking to this person, the anxiety like alleviates a bit because you're starting to show yourself you can trust this person and yourself. You don't need to constantly check in with this person. And then how I deal with the fear of them abandoning me. This one is probably not going to be the answer that you want to hear, but it's probably what you need to hear. And I'm here to help you, not to sugarcoat this. I have an extreme fear of abandonment. Okay, that is no secret. Like I am extremely afraid of being abandoned. But what I had to do to alleviate some of these fears and these triggers that I was having was to reframe what abandonment means. Abandonment isn't always them abandoning you. Sometimes people just grow apart. Sometimes even me as the one with BPD, maybe I grew more than them. Like there's just tension there. You may be too much, but they are not enough for you, or maybe vice versa. Maybe they're too much for you, and that doesn't mean that you are not enough for them. It just means that that's not where you're supposed to be, and that's completely okay. It's okay to be too much, and it's okay to be not enough sometimes. It's just to that person. It's not you, because we all can tolerate different things. We all have different beliefs. We all have different values and different things. We all react different ways. Just because you react in a certain way, feel a certain thing, and believe a certain thing doesn't mean you're inherently wrong because somebody's telling you you're wrong. You're in the wrong room. So sometimes being abandoned can be very scary, but sometimes it can be freeing. Reframing abandonment has helped me so much to understand that like I will get what I want out of this in the end. And it's not like trying to manipulate the situation into what I want. It's just knowing and having trust in like the universe or the higher power or whatever you believe in, or nothing, just who's ever pulling the strings or whatever you believe in has a plan for you. I truly believe in my whole heart, like whoever's pulling the strings up there, whether you call it God, Jesus, I don't care what you call it. Who's ever pulling the strings up there will remove the people in your life that aren't supposed to be there, even if you want them there, even if you love and care about them. If they're not supposed to be there, they will be removed, and vice versa. And it is okay. It is scary going on those journeys. It really, really is. And I'm sure that doesn't make the initial hit feel any better, but just knowing that it will end and it will be okay, and I will be in a room one day where people do accept me and are aligned with me, It makes it a whole lot better. And it's just honestly a part of life. Like, people come and they go because, again, like, we grow and change. And like, your best friend from when you're 5, I guarantee you guys don't have the same beliefs anymore. You might, but me and my best friend from 5 don't. We just grew apart and things changed, and that is okay. And yes, as someone with borderline, I hate that. Like, when you're going in a relationship and things change, and it sucks. It really, really does. But if those feelings are feeling icky right then and there, like, just know that, like, who's ever pulling those strings up there has a plan. And if you can stand up for yourself and stand up for the things that you don't want, that you learned from that last relationship, you will grow as a person. You will. Trust me. I had to relearn and relearn and relearn and relearn and relearn this lesson a million times until I realized, hey, maybe if I like don't put myself in those rooms anymore, this won't keep happening on repeat. And here we are. Yes, do people still come and go in my life? 100%. But now I look at it in kind of a different view, and it doesn't hit as hard, but the initial hit does still suck. Like, we got to be realistic about it. All right, next question. I know BPD isn't necessarily 100% caused by trauma, but I constantly feel like nothing bad or bad enough happened to me to warrant me to feel and act this way. Then when I try to verbalize my feelings, I immediately convince myself that I'm lying or exaggerating, even if I'm not. Just wondering if you and others have similar experience. Thank you always, Tierra. Love you and our community. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and I love you, and same. I love you. You're so sweet and so kind. And to answer your question, 110,000 million gazillion %. And honestly, I think this thought process is a big reason we have the diagnosis of BPD. This one drives me insane. I constantly invalidate myself, which is weird because you would think as a borderline, like, we appear as like emotional people, but like, you don't understand how much I invalidate myself and say the things in my head aren't real, and then they become real, and then they aren't real, and then I invalidate myself. It's like this weird loop cycle, and I don't know if that made any sense, but it makes sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to you. I don't know. Hey, guess what I learned over time? That somebody told us this. Somebody made us feel this way. Someone did not allow us to have emotions and express our emotions, or they did not teach us how to deal with these emotions. Your reality is your reality. Okay, let me break this down to you. What is bad enough? What is that? So if someone hurts themselves a little bit, it's okay. But if someone like is not here anymore, then that's bad enough. What is considered bad enough? We all experience different things in different ways. My big to me may be small to you. Your small may be my big. That doesn't make it right or wrong. What you feel is what you feel, and nobody can change that. If somebody hurt your feelings, it hurt your feelings. Just because it doesn't hurt somebody else's feelings doesn't mean it didn't hurt your feelings. It's like the same thing of like, everyone has a different definition of cheating, and nobody's version is right or wrong. It just is what is. If something hurt you so bad that it changed your brain, that just is what is. How your body deals with stress is going to be different from how somebody else's body deals from stress. So if somebody's telling you in your life that no, that's not how you feel. I'm pretty sure that's how I feel. It's in my body. I try to always remind myself that. But I also try to remind myself the opposite of just because I feel this way doesn't make it right or wrong. It just is what it is for me. But if I feel like it's bad enough, that is bad enough. You don't have to wait for it to get worse for it to change. You don't have to wait for it to get worse to say that you have a problem. You don't have to wait for things to get bad. If they're already bad to you, that's bad enough. Like, think about it this way. You have a crack addict that's doing every single day. If they go down to once a week, that's good, right? Now, if you have a sober person who's never done that and they decide, hey, I'm going to smoke crack, that's bad, right? So, like, yeah, it just depends. It just depends on who you are. That one time smoking could be good or bad. That was such a terrible example, but it's kind of funny, so I think I'm going to leave it in there. But no, I feel that way all the freaking time. I just try to remind myself, like, these feelings are real to me. Like, if I'm getting sensations in my bodies and triggers and I'm taking it out on other people in my life. Yeah, it's probably bad enough. Okay, so don't invalidate yourself, because guess what? I know that BPD isn't caused by trauma 100%, like you said, but by invalidating yourself, you're causing yourself more trauma and you're fueling your disorder. So try to validate yourself. Validating yourself is different than saying that you are right. It's just saying that, hey, I'm valid for the way that I feel. It might not be right, but I am valid. So yeah. And one last thing I'm going to add to that. If anyone in your life is making you feel that way, they are also fueling your disorder. Remove yourself from the room, because you cannot make someone understand something that they are not willing to understand. If you tell someone I have big emotions and they just keep telling you every single day, well, I don't get it because I don't have big emotions. I'm sorry, that's not my problem. I do. So I'm going to be in rooms where people understand. And not that anything is wrong with either party. It just is what is. Remove yourself from those rooms. You're beating a dead horse. You cannot make someone understand something that they are not willing to understand. And I know that some of you listening may be in that situation, and that's like a harsh thing to hear, especially if you care or love about that person. But the reality is, if you want to feel those things back, you got to do what you got to do. Trust me, please take it from me. The longer you stay, the longer you're kicking that can down the road and making yourself feel worse. Don't be like me. This one is T, and I love them for being so freaking real. Not gonna lie. Hi, I would love to know how you handle rage, especially when it's internal and you're taking it out on other people around you and you're trying not to. I'd also love to hear some stories of things you've done during episodes. I've kicked a door, shattered windows, and called my favorite person 200 plus times, etc. I bet other people have too, and it makes me feel like a monster, and I'd like to know I'm not alone. Oh, baby, you're not a monster. We just got big feelings. Also, any experience you have with medicine, while acknowledging everyone reacts differently to meds, how the frick do you motivate yourself to go to the gym, even get up in the morning? Thank you for creating your platform. You're the only BPD account. Shut up, I love you. You're the only BPD account I like and feel supported by. I love you. Knowing a complete stranger deals with the same shit is so helpful. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen. Thank you for being so real. Thank you. I like that one. And you're so real. You're so sweet. You're so kind. And thank you guys for making me feel not alone as well. Because I don't know, that made me feel not alone. You get it. So first and foremost, I still deal with internal rage sometimes. I do deal with it a lot better. I am nowhere near as reactive as I used to be, but I do still deal with it. I think everyone does to some degree. Like, we all get frustrated and mad, but like, rage, I guess that's a little different, because I'd be feeling like my heart's shaking, my body's hot, I'm angry, and I don't even know how to explain the body sensations, but I do still get that feeling sometimes. Whenever I feel like I'm in like a little rage fit or about to go in a rage fit, my first priority is to get it out of fight or flight, okay? You need to get your body to calm down. Anything you say while your body is in fight or flight is not going to come out right. It's not going to come out logical. Your body's in fight or flight. What do you think fight or flight means? You're going to fight for your life, or you're going to run for your life. You don't really care about anything else other than fight or flight. You're fight or flighting. That is what's happening when you're raging. It's not just something you can talk yourself down from while you're in it. Like, you have to literally get out of it. It's not rational. Or it wouldn't be called fight or flight. You wouldn't be fighting and flighting. It's not rational. I mean, in the olden days with our ancestors, it used to be rational. Like, we were running away from bears and stuff like that. But now I'm just like sitting here and my body gets confused on if I'm fighting a bear or if it's a minor inconvenience. I don't know. But my first thing is to literally regulating my body. I try to remove myself from the situations. I know sometimes it's not appropriate, but do you know how inappropriate it'll be if I start freaking out right now? Yeah. So sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go. There's been a time like this guy was talking to me at a bar. Things were going really good. And he started getting all ragey about like politics and stuff, which made me mad. It wasn't the politics itself. Just, why are you talking about politics in a bar? You know what I did? I just picked up my coat and left, and then called my friend and got it all out of my body and just told her everything that happened. And went home, threw my hands under some cold water because why? I don't know. Minor inconvenience, and here I am. I'm like a bear. Ah! What? Hello? But things just like regulating my breath and cold temperatures. Cold temperatures is my favorite one to do because for some reason it really just shocks those big emotions that I was explaining that I can't explain out of my body. It's like some scientific thing. It's like scientifically proven. It is helpful. I'm not saying that like all your emotions will go away if you submerge yourself in cold water, but it is very beneficial to your nervous system. And I find that it's very helpful for me in removing myself from the situation, because if I'm sitting there in your face in a rage, your face is not going to make me rage any less. If anything, if looking at your face while in a rage is going to make me rage more. So yeah, get out of my face. Focus on your sensations and not the racing thoughts. Do not sit there and focus on, oh my God, this is what they said. This is what they said. Oh my God, this is what I should say. Oh my God. Don't do that. Be like, okay, there is a feeling in my body right here. Why? Like, get it out. Try to focus on the sensation, not the racing thoughts. It helps you become more aware of what's going on in your body and helps you realize what some of your triggers are. And in return, you start to grow over time. Obviously, this isn't just like a fix. Like, the rage is still going to be there. It's just managing it. And eventually you do get it to go down a bit and you don't rage as much, because then you realize like, hey, I can cope. Oh, hello. But I definitely have some stories that I am not proud of from BPD rage. For instance, when I was in high school, I was just angry all of the time, like all of the time. And I have embarrassed myself very many of times. I almost got kicked out of my high school, okay? A lot of times, because I raged. I would let things build up, and now I am a menace to society. One time, when I was walking into high school, I had a coffee. And at this time, because my friend group got caught drinking at school, it wasn't me, I swear. I didn't drink at school ever, but like my friend group got caught drinking at school. They were highly aware of drinks being brought in to school. And of course, I was the friend group. So like, they were like, there she is. Point and laugh, go get her, let's publicly embarrass her. So this teacher that I didn't know starts chasing me down the hallway, tells me to throw away my coffee, and for some reason that just, teenage me, it's 7 a.m, I wanted coffee, you're annoying me, and I got teenage hormones along with developing BPD, because trauma was also happening to me at the time. So please do not with me and my coffee right now. So she chases me around the school and was like, hey, throw it away. So I turn around and say, no, I don't even know who you are, because I did not know this teacher. She was like, okay, then just leave the school so I can call the cops on you. She rage baited me and it worked, okay? So then for 20 minutes of us just running around the school, I was frustrated, and like I was like, don't you have a class to teach? You just walked out of a classroom like with my little smart self, even though I just could have just thrown away the coffee and called it a day. I could have left and just gone another coffee later. Ugh. I left school all the time. I could have just left and got another coffee, but I didn't. Instead, I decided it would be an amazing idea to teach this teacher a lesson and throw a coffee at her and say, hey, since you want to do your job so bad, why don't you clean up that coffee then, you stupid bitch? And then I ran and hid in the bathroom until the principal found me and suspended me. There was another time in high school, and this was so unwarranted. Like, I swear to God, nothing happened before this for this teacher to do this to me, okay? I did know her in the past. She's been in my life since I've been like probably 4 or 5 years old. So she knew who I was, but there was no beef. I thought we were cool. She was my babysitter when I was younger. Like, what's happening? But the one day, like, I was in the depths. Oh, I untied this. But one day I was in the depths of my eating disorder. Like, I'm talking below 100 pounds. I'm not going to give you the weight numbers, but I'm like almost 130 right now. So, yeah, it was really bad. So the one day I decided to show up to school, out of the 100 days that I missed, I go in there and she was like, Tierra, come here. And it was like in front of the whole class. And she was like, oh, you've just been so miserable lately. So then I just start raging. Obviously, I got eating disorder brain, undiagnosed personality disorder brain. I'm a hormonal teenager. Nothing was working out. So then I just went in. I was like, you know what? You want to call me miserable? You're a miserable, stupid blah, 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 blah. And I went off, and then I got suspended. Also, this one's like a little more niche and random. I don't know if anyone else like went through this or goes through this. It's not as bad for me anymore. But when I was younger, when I'd lay in bed, like I'd just be sitting there thinking a lot. And like I would just get so anxious and angry that I'll just start flailing my body, and I'm like, get it out. And I accidentally kicked a hole in my wall by doing that one time. And it was really embarrassing because my dad was like, where did that come from? And I'm like, panic attack in my sleep. But yeah, it was really embarrassing. There was also another time that I broke my hand on a locker. I've broken almost every single phone from the age of 12 to 19 from rage. I've either thrown it across the room. Actually, they've all been thrown across the room and smashed. I remember one time one of my principals was chasing me. So then I decided to chuck my phone at her and I broke it. So I never said I was a perfect, amazing, good person. Okay, I tried to be a good person now, but the past me was a freaking, she was angry. She was angry. But yeah, so there's like a few story times. I'm sure I'll tell you more in the future, but yeah, the rage was a raging. I'm going to pick out one more to answer because this is getting kind of long, but don't worry, I'll be doing this at least once a month, maybe 2 times a month, depending on how many topics I'll be thinking, because my mind be racing. But I actually am having so much fun doing this. This is actually one of the most funs I've had doing a podcast. I mean, it could be because I'm dressed up all pretty, but this is the most fun I've had during a podcast. So don't worry, we're going to get to more. So if your question was not read or your story was not read, do not worry. This is still very new. When I'm recording this poll has only been out for a day. And I already have so many of you responding. So, isolation and loneliness. Even when I don't isolate, I feel extremely lonely. And when I do isolate, I feel the same way. I have a boyfriend. He's all I want to see all the time. I can't get close to anyone else. I truly don't want to be around anyone else. He's done me wrong so many times, but even after all of it, he's the only person I want to be around. It just feels like a cycle of pain I myself am causing. The loneliness doesn't leave my side. Everyone around doesn't know how I feel. I feel truly misunderstood and have always felt that way. People judge, but they have no idea how I feel and how it is to live as me every single day. Girl, I know you feel so misunderstood, but I get this. I was trapped in a relationship like this for 3 freaking years, and I get this so much. I did not have any friends. I didn't feel like I could connect to anyone. I literally was convinced that he was the only person that would ever get me. But in the end, he was the person to destroy me. But I'm here today, so we're not destroyed. So don't think you're doomed. We bounce back. I want you to know in the most respectful way possible, because I want to help you. The longer you stay with him, the lonelier you will feel. This doesn't sound like a good relationship. I'm going to assume there may be a trauma bond there. Because you brought up the whole pain cycle thing, and it just sounds like he'll hurt you, but he also knows how to make it better. And I get that. I get that so much. If anyone gets it in this world, I get that. Still to this day, it does bug me that, like, I feel like the person that was taking care of me during those times when they were driving me crazy, they also knew how to make it better. And I feel like they were the only person who knew how to make it better, but they were also the only person to make me feel the way that I felt. But if you stay, you're going to feel lonelier longer. Of course, breakups are not fun. You don't want to do that. I know you don't want to leave because you've literally just told me you don't want to leave. But when you leave, yeah, you're going to feel alone. But over time, your brain's going to be like, okay, where can I seek connection and people? Because, like, we're humans. Like, we used to travel in tribes. Like, it's literally in our wiring. We want people. People need people. You'll eventually put yourself in different rooms with different people, and you will find better people for you. I'm not saying you're going to find a relationship tomorrow. I mean, I have been single for years now, but I am a lot happier. I have a lot more support. I have so much more love and connection coming my way than I ever did in that situation. I really thought I was going to marry that person, and thank God I didn't. I literally thank God every single day that did not happen. But when it hurt, it really did hurt. Like, I really was convinced that I was going to marry this person. I was convinced that it would be the end of the world if this person left. I was convinced that no one would ever love me again. But I will say this, I feel like they were convincing me that. The longer I stayed, the more I felt that, because they were convincing me that I wouldn't be lovable to anyone else. No one else would put up with me. The things that were going on, I felt crazy because that person really wasn't my person. And if they were, that's not how my person would make me feel, you know? And sometimes you just got to talk to yourself like you would your best friend. Would you want them to stay in that situation? Like, what would you think about it? And I know that your best friend doesn't really have a say on what you do, but at the same time, if you have a hard time treating yourself nicely, treat yourself like you treat your best friend or somebody that you love, and you'll start to treat yourself kinder, and then maybe you'll realize that you do have some self-love there and everything. But that is definitely a hard situation, and I do want you to know that you are not alone. There were so many people going through this. I've definitely went through it, and I will be honest, it was definitely one of the hardest times in my life. It was one of the hardest decisions I had to make, but sometimes the hardest decision you make is the best decisions you make. And yeah, girl, I'm rooting for you. I love you. I hope you get out of it. I hope you feel better. But no matter what you decide, I support you. Sometimes you got to learn your own lessons. And I'm not even saying it's a lesson learned. Maybe they will get better. But at the same time, I don't want to sit there and put that in your ear that, oh, maybe they'll change one day. I will say 99.9% of the time they are not changing. He's not going to change. So take what you want from that information. Again, that's just my take, my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. But I've been there before, and that's just how I feel about the situation. But again, if I was in that situation, nothing in this world was probably going to get me to leave. So I know it's just some girl telling you on a podcast probably won't get you to either, but just know that I am here and I love and support you. And I get it. I really do. It's hard. And anyone judging this person saying, well, just leave, just don't do that. You don't know until you're in it. You really, really don't. So I get it, girl. And I'm rooting for you. But yeah, I think that's all the questions we have for today because this podcast is getting really long. I think this was so fun and so cute. We're definitely dressing up again next week. I'm very excited for it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sending in your questions. And again, check out the link in my bio if you have something that you want to submit, just a story, a question, whatever it may be. That was so fun and I want to do it again. So make sure that you are submitting your questions so we can continue to do this. And next week we are dressing up again. Definitely something different. Definitely not going to repurpose the same outfits, even though I'm poor. I probably should, but it's okay. It's for the podcast. It's for my friends. But yeah, hopefully you guys took something away from this episode. I feel like I did. So hopefully you did too. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and to make sure to hit the subscribe button so you're not missing a video every single Friday. And same with podcasts. Make sure to leave me a 5-star review so we can build this community. And don't forget to check the links on my social media platforms. The handles are always tagged in every single episode. If you do want to submit a question as well for you guys, I know it's a little easier to find the link on my YouTube than it is on podcast. But hey, in the descriptions, I do have the links. So keep a lookout for that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Make sure that you take care of yourself. If you are partaking in any Halloween activities, drinking any of the sort, make sure that you Uber home. Your life is so worth it. The people around your lives are worth it. Do not drink and drive. Be safe. Do safe things. But have fun. Get cute. Get scary. Get dressed up. Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy fall. This month, the podcasting is going to be so fun. Or at least the remainder of this month. I love you guys more than anything in the world. And until next Friday.